What's up, y'all? I'm Kendall B. Welcome back to another video on my channel. It's been a while since I picked up the camera. It's about like a week and a half probably at this point. But yeah, today is, I think it's like Tuesday or something. If you're new here, go ahead and click the subscribe button. You will not regret it. If you're an aspiring teacher, you're a student teacher, you're a nanny, you're looking to do any of those things, or if you're looking to move, sis, apartment queen here, I got you. So go ahead and subscribe. It's been a while, so I feel like I have so much to share with y'all. But as you can see from the title, today I am giving the tea on how I got to where I'm at right now. Okay? I need chapstick. Hold on. So yeah, I'm gonna film this outside on my balcony, so hopefully the sound is not bothering y'all too much. But I am a kindergarten teacher, like full-blown at this point. Like, it's no games. I'm a full-blown kindergarten teacher, and clearly you know that if you're on my channel, because that's what I've been posting. But we're about like a month and a half, I'm lying, we're like 2 months in at this point of school, and it's going well. I've been getting a lot of people asking me, like, how did I become a teacher? Like, what was my journey? And I just want to let y'all know my journey, because it was definitely unique. It definitely was not what I expected it when I went into college, but I'm happy to be here now. So get your tea, honey, get the tea, okay? And it's not going to be a boring journey. It's going to be a realistic journey of how I got to where Kendall B is right now, okay? At 24. All right, I love my hair. I did my hair like last night. It took about like 3 hours, honestly, but I needed it. It made me feel good, because lately I've been teachering it up, looking like just real regular smeggler with my bun. But I like my hair today. But what's tea? I went into college at, I don't know, 16. Stop lying. I went into college at 18, I'm assuming. I'm not good with the dates. So yeah, I always knew I wanted to be a teacher. So of course that's what I went into school for, early childhood education specifically, okay? Specifically, I love younger kids. I do well with young kids, and I knew middle school and high school was just, honey, definitely no. I wouldn't want to be a teacher if that was the case. But I knew I wanted elementary school, so of course I got my degree in elementary education. It took me about 6 years, I'm not gonna lie. I had a lot of moments throughout college where I did not think I was gonna graduate, because I entered college already expecting myself to drop out, because 4 years of school and it's optional. I don't think I want to do that. So that was my mindset originally, and it wasn't doubting myself. It just knew that I couldn't do 4 years of school. I just knew I couldn't do it. I just knew it. I knew I was only going there for the meal plans and to just get the college experience, like living on dorms, which I actually didn't get that living on dorm thing. But yeah, I entered college with that mindset. And I honestly don't know how year by year I got through. But yeah, I took probably like 2 full years off. That's why it took me 6 years opposed to 4. But I kept taking off years. But eventually I got through it, y'all. The refund checks were definitely a plus. And also, like, getting to the actual field of education, it was chef's kiss, because it's really tough, like, learning about the prerequisites that you need before you even get into your field of study. But once I was in it, it was definitely like all worth it, because I was learning about teaching, I was learning about kids, I was learning about education, and that's what I wanted. So that definitely helped me get through college for this. I have pole in about 30 minutes. That's my new hobby. But yeah, I got through college, okay? And I just got through with college. Literally, was it this year, bruh? Yes, May 2022, but I graduated with my degree in early childhood education. Now we're not just gonna skip to the degree, because the toughest part was definitely student teaching. The way my journey was set up, I student taught and I lived on my own at the same time. Anybody that knows or has went through student teaching, that's something that you do your last 2 years of college in the education program. So the last 2 years of college, I had to go into elementary schools of my choice. We had options. Some schools give you the option of that. Some schools pick the schools for you, but I had to pick my top 3. So I chose my top 3, and my number 1 is a school that I am currently working at and the school that I student taught at my whole journey. Thank you. Thank you, God. I'm so grateful for that. But yeah, I was given the option to choose my school that I student taught at, and I chose something that wasn't too far from my house. I chose something that wasn't too far from my house and wasn't too far from my house. That was the only reason I really, decided on what school I went to student teach at. So yeah, student teaching wasn't bad. I was a very, I would say, like, confident student teacher. I knew what I had to offer. When it came to teaching a lesson, I didn't really like get super frantic about like controlling the class, because I was already doing Montessori for like 7 years at this point. Like, I was doing Montessori since I was 17 years old. So I ran a classroom. I've had my own classroom. I've managed talking to parents and all of this stuff. So student teaching was really good for me, and I had 2 mentor teachers that we had good experiences with. Of course, both of them were different in different ways. One teacher may have some pros, one teacher may have some pros. They each have their cons. So my experience with my my experience with my mentor teachers, they were pretty good, because I've heard some horror stories about, having mentor teachers that are just mean and don't want to let you teach, or just wants to make you do everything that's busy work. But mine were really good, and still to this day I feel like I can go to them. So yeah, student teaching started off, not really too much demand. I would have to go in a few days, but then it got to the point, I think it was my last year, I had to go every day, and I basically had to step into the role of a teacher. That was definitely tough for me, because like I said, I am independent in the way of like living on my own. A lot of my classmates like lived at home with their parents, and they didn't have to worry about bills and stuff, but that's not my case, and I had to worry about those things, okay, and get the degree. So I did have moments where I'm like, bruh, I just want to like give up on all this stuff. Like, I have too much on my plate. But with my family and the support around me and my boyfriend, like, I didn't give up, okay? No matter how broke I was, no matter how stressed out I was, how much work I had to do, I literally had to just keep pushing and take it day by day. And every day of student teaching was not good. I went through so many feelings of feeling, inadequate, because you're around certified teachers. You're a student teacher, so they look at you like a student sometimes. So you have moments of like just feeling inadequate, or just feeling like a real student around like a whole bunch of other adults. It was a lot of emotions with that, and I documented my whole process of student teaching, so go check those out. But student teaching, it wasn't bad. Everybody knew my name by the end of my student teaching process. Everybody gave respect to me because they knew what I had to offer. So I was a pretty good student teacher. I'm happy about that. Now, since I was a good student teacher, and just about everybody around, everybody in the school or in that grade level, they had some type of interaction with me, and some of them even would come in and watch me teach when I was student teaching. Like admin, or even like other teammates, or even the principal. They would come in when I taught. In addition to my, what was it called? My field supervisor. My field supervisor was like over my college, and she would come watch me teach. I would have the admin at the school that I student taught at watched me teach. My mentor teacher at the school I student taught at would watch me teach. Like, so many people watching me teach, okay? And I'm not gonna lie, that would definitely be super duper nerve-wracking in the beginning. Probably my whole student teaching. I did not like knowing I was getting observed. Like, I would be super nervous that day. Super nervous that whole like few minutes before, like hand sweat and gotta go to the bathroom to get myself together to know that I'm about to get observed. And a lot of moments with that, I would beat myself up like in my head during the lesson. I'm like, oh my gosh, this kid wasn't sitting nicely. They're gonna say this. Oh my gosh, I messed up on that. It feels like I don't know what I'm talking about. And at the end of the observation, whoever was watching, like, you did amazing. Like, you are a superstar. You did great. And all of it was just me self-critiquing in my head, thinking it needed to be a certain way. But overall, I would definitely say that the observations helped people see what I had to offer, because how else will they know how you are as a teacher if they don't come and see you in the classroom? Okay. So they saw what Miss Brown had to offer. They liked me. I was even going to sign up to be a substitute teacher at the school, but I'm going to get to that, because this is a whole part of my teaching journey. So they saw what I had to offer and they liked it. You know, they would throw little hints about like, oh, Miss Brown, you need to join us, or what you going to do when you're done with your program, but nobody would like officially say like, hey, we want to hire you in your program or something. Nobody would officially say that. So I'm just like, child, I'm getting through with this student teaching. I'm getting through with this degree. When I'm done, I'm done. Like, I'm done. So it was getting like towards the end of my student teaching process, and this was at the point where they're like emailing all of the students in the education program saying, hey, it's time for interviews. It's time to start applying to schools. Like, that was a big chunk of the last semester of college. Like, my college was not playing about, y'all need to be submitting interviews, y'all need to be getting observed, y'all need to be trying to secure the bag, secure the job. That's basically what they was telling us. And some people have the option of not wanting to work after college. They want to take a break, or they want to do that. I did think about that. I was so fed up with college. I was so over college. I wanted to take a break, but the way my pockets was looking, honey, baby girl, I would have to been moving back in with my mom if I did not go back to work afterwards. So yeah, they were really on us. Like, they're like, y'all need to apply to jobs. Y'all need to have interviews set up. So at this point, I knew I had to work. I knew not, well, I'm not going to say that, because I was so back and forth about, I'm going to take a break, I'm not going to take a break. But the money was the underlying factor. I was so broke the last year of college. I was so broke. I didn't have anything to my name. All my savings gone. I think starting the education program, I probably had like $5,000 saved up. Like, just accumulated from when I lived at my mom's house. I had $5,000 saved up that I never had to touch until the education program started. And my last year, like I said, I had to use it because I was in the classroom for 5 days a week, like all day. Like, how could I work like that? I would still babysit afterwards. That's what you could also see on my channel. I would babysit after student teaching, and sometimes I would also work at my Montessori job that, you know, I'm a veteran teacher at, and I've been at for literally 7 years at this point. Not anymore. But they always had my back. Anytime I needed to work, I could walk in right now. They're not going to turn me away. I was always on the payroll because I've been there, and I was always there. I love that. I love my Montessori job. I love it. Okay? So I was there and doing babysitting during student teaching, and that's how I was able to make money and pay bills. And I couldn't do much, but to get myself some things, I did it that way, and also YouTube. So yeah, once it became interviewing time, I think I applied to a lot of schools. I applied to schools in my county, and then in the county that I grew up in, because you know, I'm like, I'm gonna teach where I came from, but I got an interview in the county that I live in right now. So my first school that reached out to me was reaching out to me in a manner of, hey, you are student teaching right now, you have probably a few more months of student teaching, but we need somebody to take over this kindergarten classroom right now. Like, even though you're student teaching, you can get paid for this right now before you graduate. Okay, you could be making money right now. We need a kindergarten teacher like ASAP, no Rocky. Like I said, I was broke, y'all. So that sounded like heaven to me. Like, it sounded amazing. Like, I can get paid to be a kindergarten teacher now instead of student teaching for free. Sign me up. Like, sign me up right freaking now. So I have a whole video on that process right here, but a quick summary of it was, I jumped with it, and I kind of told the school that I was student teaching at already, like, yeah, I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna go do this long-term subbing position at this elementary school. It's gonna give me a head start, I'm gonna get paid, I'm not gonna be broke no more. Like, I gotta go. Like, I got one more month of school, but I'm about to go right now. So I went through the whole interviewing process with that, and some of you guys had asked, like, how was my resume, and like, did I make a cover letter and all this stuff. Honey, one thing you gotta know about Kendall B, I am very simple, and a lot of times I say stuff like, I do not got time for all that. Okay, so I try and do the simplest. I've been trying to do the simplest route. So of course I filled out everything on the application. It took education applications, honey, you better get ready to take days aside to fill it out. So I finally filled it out, and my resume was just stating the facts. Like, you know, I did this, I was a Montessori teacher, I've been student teaching. Like, it just stated my experience with stuff like that. I did not make a cover letter or all that other stuff. I just did it like I do any other job and just put my experience. That experience gonna speak for itself, honey. The certifications, I put them on there too. My certifications gonna speak for itself. Fire safety, CPR, what else? Montessori, all that stuff I put on there. Because I'm like, who wouldn't want to hire me if I have my degree, I have my certifications, and I've been in this field for 5+ years. So I put that on there, and it was time for my first interview for the long-term subbing. I wasn't even done student teaching, and they wanted to hire me, but I actually backed out before it was time to start. I backed out just because I went off the energy that I was feeling at that school that tried to grab me during my student teaching. I just felt like it was very rushed, it was very impromptu. So I backed out and I said, no, I'm gonna stay and finish my student teaching here and take my time. Probably the best decision, one of the best decisions I made. Yeah, it was very high intensity though in that moment, because principals were at my neck. Like, principals were at my neck, and it was just so stressful. I'm just like, please, can I get a break? Like, it was just so stressful in that moment, trying to figure out what school I was going to go to and what decision I was going to make, because everybody's asking, what are you going to do? You're going to work here, you're going to work there, it was just very stressful. So after I told that school no that wanted me for long term, I stayed at the school I was at and finished my student teaching. Cool. Last day is there, and it was over. I graduated, it was done. But after that, you would think that I would have just like enjoyed my summer and stopped working, like was taking trips. That's the ideal. That's ideally what I wanted to do after college. Like, I just kept saying, as soon as I'm done, I'm hopping on a flight, going here. I don't think, did I take a trip after graduating, bruh? Wow, now I gotta book one, because now I'm about to get mad at myself. I don't think I booked a trip after I graduated college. This is what I did. After graduating college, I went straight to working back at my Montessori because I was broke as a joke. Then a few weeks later, I got a message from the school that I'm at, and they were having a summer camp program, and they asked if I wanted to teach summer camp. Honey, the honor, I'm taking it, and I needed money, so I decided to do it. It was amazing. Amazing. You didn't have to go by really too much curriculum. It wasn't too much of this, too much of that. It was just, they had everything laid out for you. You taught it for about 2 weeks, and summer camp was done. Loved it. It gave me a lot of experience of what I wanted for my classroom starting in August, and it gave me experience of what I need to be like preparing for in August, like classroom management. I need to decide on how I want these kids to line up, how I want them to transition in centers, like all of that stuff. So I did that during the summer after I graduated, and then started July or June, I had to start prepping for becoming a teacher at the school that I'm at now. I forgot to say, yeah, they did ask to hire me at my last semester. After the other school did, they asked to hire me, and I decided to go with them. Duh, I clearly liked the school because I was there my whole program, and we had the option to leave, but I didn't want to leave. So I took the job with no hesitation, and it was kindergarten. So I'm like, I don't want anything but kindergarten. I was telling every school that, like, if it's not a kindergarten position, like, don't even bother. So the school that I student taught at, they offered me kindergarten, and I took it. So like after that, it was just full-fledged like orientation, pre-planning, and first day of school is on and popping. And I would definitely say that I learned a lot. I learned a lot already during my first 2 months, and I'm still learning stuff. And I try and give myself grace day by day to, like, every day is not going to be good, especially in the kindergarten class. It's going to be crazy days, it's going to be calm days, and it's going to be good days. So that's that. And then also just taking it day by day, because during pre-planning and setting up my classroom, I wanted everything to be perfect. I wanted everything to be how I imagined it to be. My classroom, my organization. It literally drew me to the hospital. Like, I had to go to the hospital because I wasn't giving myself the nutrients that I needed. I was too focused on this classroom. And you guys can see that video with the sink right here. But yeah, it took a lot of work to set up my classroom. It took a lot of hours to laminate and print the stuff for my decorations of my class. So the eye-opener was probably like the second week of actual school, where I was like, child, I'm gonna take it day by day. I ain't about to try to do all this prepping weeks ahead. Take it day by day. Pray for the best, wish for the best. And that's the best advice I got. And yeah, that's the best advice I got right now. Take it day by day. Don't try and be perfect, and don't sweat the small stuff in teaching, honey. Now, I don't sweat the small stuff, but I just wanted everything to be a certain way, and it was a lot on me, because when you're teaching, honey, the to-do list is like never ending. I'm the type of person, I like to get the things off my to-do list, but with teaching, I had to learn that for myself. Like, sis, you cross one thing off the to-do list, here comes 25 more. So that's why I take it day by day. Whatever's not done can be done tomorrow. Okay, that's it. So yeah, that's the best teacher tip I had. I was like, yeah, I want to be so organized. I want to have it week by week of what I need to do ahead of time. I mean, I'm not talking about planning. Of course we plan ahead at my school, but I'm talking about when I was setting up my classroom. I wanted everything to be perfect. I wanted everything to be prepared. And even now, with certain like art activities I want to do with my kids, or certain fun learning crafts I want to do with my kids for letters or whatever, I don't stress out if I can't do it. I do what I can do, and I just leave it at that. So hopefully this video is not too long. It did feel good to just talk about where I was and where I am now. because I still sit and think like, yo, can you believe you're done with college and you're doing your career, sis? Like, this is your career. Hello. Real life adult out here. So I have to go ahead and go to my fitness class. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I promise, I promise I'm about to be right back on it with my uploads. I have so many good things in store for you guys coming up. I cannot wait. But yeah, I was in a chokehold probably the last few weeks or so, but I'm out of it. It's mainly when I got my hair done. I think that's what's tea. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.